Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Look at Eric's new hair. I cut it myself.
She did a really good job.
Doesn't it look great? Thank you for joining us today. We're so excited to share our 2021 plans with you and what our resolutions are, what our goals for this year are, how we are going to achieve them.
Yeah. So obviously we've already started on our health and fitness journey, which is a very common New Year's resolution for people to do. So we're not going to be talking about that because we have a whole other series of videos covering that.
You can go watch the video up in the eye. I'll link it down below too if I remember. But today we just want to share with you all of the New Year's resolutions that we've set individually and our big resolution as a couple, as a household together this year. And yes, just get freaking used to it. The dogs are going to be climbing all over us this whole time.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to go first?
Let's get started.
You want me to go first?
Let's do our joint one first. So, jointly, we have one big goal this year, one focus. And as you can imagine, with moving 2 times in 1 year, we have accumulated just a little bit of consumer debt.
Yeah, that's a skosh.
Which I don't like to talk about. I don't like to talk about money at all. But Eric really encouraged me, let's share everything about our lives. We don't have to present the whole perfect picture all the time. So we do have a little bit of consumer debt that we'd like to take care of this year. And we're going to work super hard to nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
And make
that a priority financially.
Yeah, make it a financial priority to just get our small consumer debt taken care of so that we can have more extra money to put toward other stuff we like.
Yep.
And we're going to do it in a really smart way because I am kind of a credit card guru and have a lot of tips and tricks that I will now be using myself. And if you want to hear about those tips on how to eliminate credit card debt, how to use credit cards smartly, go check out that video. I will link it up here. But that's our number one household goal in 2021 is take care of our little bit of debt.
Yeah.
And like we already said, since we're doing the health stuff, I think that's going to be a really big focus for us jointly as well. Kind of encouraging each other, keeping each other accountable on our health journey. And I feel like
water.
Whatever. I hate water. I feel like those 2 things are going to be really awesome, great achievements if we can make them happen in 2021.
Totally.
I am not about New Year's resolutions because I don't think that New Year's resolutions work, okay? But I am about goals. So that's why we have our fitness journey goals that are super measurable, really achievable. We check in with ourselves every single Friday. We're going to start doing the same with our budget. We typically check in with each other on our budget, maybe once or twice a month, but we're going to add that to our Friday sit-down household meeting. We're going to go over our health journey. We're going to go over our budget to make sure that we always have those goals at the forefront of our year. So let's talk about individual goals now, which we're going to do the same. Our individual goals are really measurable and I think achievable. We tried to stick to the SMART goals
the template.
Which, what does that stand for, Scrimpy?
It stands for specific, measurable,
attainable,
relevant, and
timely.
So things that it's not amorphous, I want to lose weight. It's how many pounds do I want to lose?
By when.
Yeah.
And that's just an example. We're not going for that.
Yeah. But we stuck to that template of trying to do things that we could measure, that weren't amorphous, and that had kind of a timetable on them to check in, even if it's not a year from now with some of them. So, But we want them to be, look at us, me. We want them to be achievable. That's the number one thing I want. For example, I had one New Year's resolution last year and I stuck to it the entire year, and it's just a habit I've formed and I've made for myself. And it's going to sound so silly when I say it out loud, but my New Year's resolution last year that I kept and still to this day keep is I want to take less ibuprofen. I used to pop an ibuprofen, 4 ibuprofen every
for
morning.
Anything, literally anything. I'd just be like, I felt a little tweak in my back. I'll pop some ibuprofen. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's pop some ibuprofen. My pinky nail feels kind of weird. Let's pop some ibuprofen. But I resolved to, number 1, take better care of my freaking liver, because if I was taking the amount of ibuprofen I was at a continuous rate for years and years, I'd probably be dead at 50 from liver failure. But it has made that resolution worked so well, because every time I thought I'm going to take ibuprofen, I really second guessed myself and was like, do I really need to take ibuprofen right now? And I didn't most of the time. Now, sometimes I did need to take ibuprofen. When I'm on my period, those first 2 days, I am popping ibuprofen like nobody's business, and I need it. But I probably cut my ibuprofen use in like 2/3. Like I use 2/3 less ibuprofen than I did last year. And that's just a habit I've built for myself and something just like automatic that I changed.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it anymore. I just don't take as much ibuprofen as I used to. So we want these goals to be incorporated in the same way. We want them to be attainable. We want them to be things that can just turn into habits and normal everyday things. And we're excited to share them with you. So Scrimpy, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. So I have 2 personal New Year's resolutions, or I'm going to call them goals because I prefer it to be like a yearly goal. My first yearly goal is in 2021, I want to read 30 books. I think I can do that.
Yeah.
I read super fast. I consume books like crazy when I'm focused on it and when I'm in a good mindset. Reading is probably the number one thing that helps my mental health and helps me focus, helps me escape, helps me feel joy and happiness. I just love to freaking read. But I typically get in bouts of not reading when I'm feeling scattered or my mental health isn't in a great state. I actually just did a video talking about this that I'll link here that you can go check out. But I'd really like to maintain a more consistent reading habit and not go through spurts of like reading 10 books in a month and then going 2 months without reading 1 book. So I'd like to set a goal for myself for 30 books in an entire year. I almost thought about doing 50, but then I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Let's make it attainable.
50, but...
So I settled on 30 because that's an average of a little under 3 books a month, and I really think I can do that. I'm really excited about that and maintaining a consistent reading schedule.
So mine kind of in the same vein. Both of ours kind of fall into 2 different categories. But mine, those of you who've been watching the channel for a while will remember that we did a 30-day challenge where we had no screens for an hour and a half before bed.
We'll link that video here too.
And we're just getting all the plugs in.
We are. We're just plugging all the videos in this one.
But we both have kind of fallen off the wagon despite the fact that it was revolutionary and like was amazing. So I'm not going to go for the full hour and a half to start out. I'm going to start off with 30 minutes before bed, no screens, whether it's me just writing in my notebook or reading or anything like that. And then at around like June, I'll reassess and see, do I need to bump it up to an hour? Am I doing really good at staying consistent with it? Just because I liked the sleep that I got. I liked that winding down time. And, you know, I knocked out 9 books in a month doing an hour and a half. So maybe just a book a month would be pretty nifty.
Oh, you could do probably 3 or 4 a month.
But I also do a lot of reading for my other YouTube channel. And so that would give me a lot more of an opportunity to just kind of relax and read. So, yeah.
My second goal this year is a more growth-focused goal. So I really want to take more time to invest in my YouTube channel and make it better and learn more, develop better skills in editing and marketing and just grow my channel. Now, I almost set a goal for, I want this many subscribers or I want this many views by the end of the year. And honestly, like there's a portion of that I can control, but mostly those numbers are completely out of my control. And I don't want to set a goal that isn't fully within my power to make happen or not make happen. And I don't do this YouTube channel for the numbers. Yeah, it's great. It's really cool when a video hits 1,000 views or something like that, or when my subscriber count grows. But I'm doing a very like general vlog lifestyle type channel. And that's one of the hardest, if not the hardest YouTube area to break into. And so I'm really unconcerned about the numbers, just a lot more focused on improving my own self and making my content the best that it can be. And so in order to make that measurable and to turn it into a real goal, I decided that I wanted to commit 2 hours per week, every single week, on investing in my YouTube channel, whether that's through trainings, like watching webinars online or looking into editing software and taking tutorials on that, or just anything that has to do with making my content, making my channel better, honing my skills. I really think that that investment in myself is not just going to help my channel and help me grow, but it's going to help me feel like I have a purpose, I have a focus, I have something I'm working towards, something I'm trying to get better at, and I'm just really excited about investing more time in my channel this year.
Yeah, and mine also is very much growth in the same department, in the same vein for my content that I make in the podcast, YouTube channel, and Twitch streaming. And we spent a while talking about mine because
Eric's channel is a lot more successful than
well,
mine.
because I have a much lower ceiling on mine, like in terms of the number of subscribers I could get eventually. But anyway, we talked about making my numbers driven because my numbers have been growing and stuff, but I didn't, just like Maile said, that's not entirely in our control. All hail the algorithm. So I wanted to do something that is a deficiency of mine in this department and something I've never been really good at, which is general community engagement. Like, we have a Discord for all our stuff, and I'm very active on there and engage with like our established fans, but social media, stuff like that, I'm just not very good at it. So I'm going to dedicate more time to the community engagement. I'm setting the initial goal at 10 minutes a day. I'm going to spend, whether it's like 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, or sprinkled even further throughout the day, 10 minutes per day dedicated to community engagement outside of our bubble, basically. So that's my goal.
In order to actually keep these goals and hold them, in order to fight against the New Year's resolution early death of unattainable goals.
Being done by February, basically.
Yeah, and not really accomplishing much. We want to keep these goals at the forefront of our brain. I don't know how you plan to do it, but for me, I'm such a visual person. I really have to see something to be reminded of it. I will probably post on my bulletin board in my Maile room. I will have my resolution tracking there in some sort of like chart. I don't know, I haven't designed it yet, but it's going to be a way for when I read a book, I can go to that chart and physically check it off. Or when I do my 2 hours that week, I can physically check it off. But just having those as a visual reminder for me is going to be super helpful, and to feel like I can check something off the list every time I accomplish it. I think that's going to be really helpful for me to always have it at the forefront and really attain those goals. So what are you going to do? You want me to make you a chart too?
Yeah, you can make me a chart. I also have a whiteboard in my study that kind of keep checklists of upcoming projects and things I need to do. And the social media column has not gotten checked off or erased or updated in a while. So being very intentional, maybe like putting a big like rectangle around that to like highlight it. Yeah, if you want to make me a chart, I'll totally take a chart.
Okay, cool. Well, we want to encourage you guys to set SMART goals, to not just develop some sort of crazy New Year's resolution and by February, like Eric said, let it fly out the window, but really take time to sit down, think through, talk with your friends, talk with your partner, whoever, your family, about some things you really want to be intentional about changing or improving or, making different in this upcoming year. And write them down, put them in front of you, check in with yourself. Totally join us in achieving these goals in 2021.
And if you have started the health and wellness journey with us, and that is going to be your 2021 goal, that's awesome. Let us know down in the comments what you're going to do. We would love to know, since we've shared with you what your 2021 goals are.
Yeah, let us know down below. Don't forget to like this video. If you want to see more content from us, you can also subscribe to our channel. Okay. And I think that's all for us today, huh?
Yeah.
We hope you guys have a really great start to 2021, and let's make this year
at least a little bit better than the last one.
At least a little bit better than the last one. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.